The crime scene tape came down today at Eugene Simpson Park, less than a week after a gunman opened fire at the Republican baseball practice. Representative Steve Scalise was critically injured and 4 others were wounded. The shooter died near one of the baseball diamonds after Capitol Police returned fire. Cheryl Owsley Jackson joins us from the park, where the topic of discussion has been the race of the shooter.
Does the nationality, race, or religion of a person squeezing the trigger in a mass shooting really matter? To the 5 wounded at a ballpark last week during a practice for a congressional baseball game? Probably not.
One down.
For those victims dodging a flurry of bullets, bleeding and running for their lives, the outcome is the same: tragic. But for many, waiting on the identity of a shooter is personal.
I was just glad he was not a Muslim.
Tell me why.
Because there's so much bigotry already, and they would immediately say it's terrorism, and I don't I think when it's a white person, it's treated differently.
That was Bettina. And like everyone else in this story, she really only wants to give her first name. She says while the shooting of Congressman Scalise and 4 others was tragic, she was relieved to find out the shooter was white. 66-year-old James Hodgkinson was from Illinois. She says prejudice seems to grow in society unless the shooter is white. Bettina looks white, so I ask her, "Are you white?"
I'm mixed, so yeah. I'm from Brazil.
Oh, okay.
I have a Dutch father and a Japanese mother, so. And I'm surprised at this country. I came here to study and work, and I never felt so white in the U.S., and I thought this was a country of diversity, so.
Just 4 days after the shooting, the police tape has come down from around the ball diamond where Scalise crawled away from the shooter, and where the shooter was killed by Capitol Police. And while people linger near, discussing the shooting in whispers, no one is playing on the diamond. But there is a ball game going on at another diamond in Eugene Simpson Park. Nearly all the players are white, and I ask if they're concerned about their safety playing so near the crime scene.
I didn't even think about it.
I didn't think about it either.
No, we have our own guns. Time!
He does, at least.
So is that a true story?
Oh yeah, we sleep together, and he sleeps with it on the dresser. His little handgun, and I'm like, really? Can you put that away?
But many in racial minorities say they do not feel safe when a mass shooter is of their same race. As a black man, did you have that feeling where you're like, please don't let the shooter be black?
Definitely. That's well, first I always think about, who was targeted and things like that, and then secondly is who was the shooter.
You just heard from Ray, who is a black man. Travis is also black. He says he feels judged when the shooter in a situation like this is black. He says he was surprised the shooter was white because it seems that other minority groups have so many more reasons to be upset with the current political climate.
To be totally honest, I thought it was some kind of terrorist attack or something of that nature. That's the first thing that came to my head. So it kind of surprised me when they said it was a white guy.
And then there's Al. He's a coffee-colored black man of a certain age, distinguished with gray dreadlocks down his back.
I'm in the same age range, and I think most people who've been around this amount of time have real issues with a lot of things and are real sensitive. Coming out of the 50s, the 60s, and 70s, people don't know the wounds that people have suffered through these periods.
I spoke to a Pakistani man who is Muslim and is studying in America. He did not want his name used or his voice recorded. He says he knows he speaks for many Muslims when he says that he doesn't want his name connected in any way to a shooting or even a story about a shooting. His friend Gary, who is white, speaks for him.
It's not discriminatory as far as age, background, anything like that. It's just, there's evil out there.
From Eugene Simpson Park in Alexandria, Virginia, I'm Cheryl Owsley Jackson.
You're good. You're up.
Like anything go up.
Time! All right. Get online and ground. All right, let's keep it going.